Last month, it was announced that Cloud Strife, of Final Fantasy fame, was going to be Smash Bros.' newest fighter, with mixed feelings from the community. His announcement is supposed to be the most groundbreaking in Smash Bros. Who would be a more controversial character than Cloud Strife? Well, get over here! And I'll tell you. The answer is Scorpion. If Cloud can be in Smash, I don't see why this character cannot, and let me tell you why he should. Here are 5 reasons why Scorpion should now be discussed upon as being in Smash Bros. Reason number 1. He is a part of Nintendo's history. Mortal Kombat was one of the fastest rising franchises in the early 90s. Aside from being one of the most violent games of its time, it's been widely praised for its art style and motion capture work. There have been movies about this game, a theatrical stage show, there have been TV shows, even a Saturday morning cartoon as bad as that was. So Mortal Kombat used to be a very big deal, maybe not in Japan, but to the US where the big market is for video games. Reason number 2. He is an iconic video game character. This character has almost everything you want out of a Smash Bros. Character. He's got a story, he's been in several games, he has a catchphrase, "Get over here!" And of course, he's got an array of signature moves that he carries over from game to game. His spear, which is actually a knife tied to a rope, Hellfire, which he summons fire from the ground to burn his opponent in front of him, the Hellfire Punch, which is a teleporting uppercut, his air throw, and his leg takedown that he can use as his running aid. It doesn't take any creativity at all to think of moves that he can use. Reason number 3. Smash Bros. Would be a great way to introduce Mortal Kombat to Japan. I am aware that Mortal Kombat actually had a few games released in Japan without the blood, but they haven't sold it well despite several characters in the game being of Asian descent. This could be a big series for Japan to covet, if not for the fatalities in every game that they are mediocre games without. And believe me, Nintendo really needs to rekindle their relationships with third parties again. Even though Ed Boon has been a longtime supporter of Nintendo, Mortal Kombat hasn't released a game on the Nintendo console since MK Armageddon, which was several years ago. Reason number 4. He would be nearly as big, if not bigger than the announcement for Cloud last month. Since Cloud and his games hardly ever appeared on any Nintendo consoles, no one expected him to be a DLC character. Nobody expects Scorpion to be a character also. His games were revolutionary, for the right or wrong reasons give or take. His games are the reason the SRB exists. His games are what exaggerated the debate of violence in video games. His game series has come a long way from the SNES, and I don't know about Japan, but there would be huge numbers of US and European consumers that would instantly download him on day one. Reason number 5. Sakurai needs to prove that he can put his bias and fucking ego aside and think of the Western audience. You heard it all from me. Sakurai shoves his own fucking characters down our throats and thinks he's a big shot, wants us to feel sorry for him because he's in charge of a game. WHOPTY do motherfucker. As long as we still buy Smash Bros., there's nothing we can do about it, which he shouldn't be taking advantage of us for. He's just clearly out of touch. He absolutely hates English-speaking fans. The only Western fans he likes are brown-nosers like Etika who kiss his ass in every single video. Other than that, he wants nothing to do with Western fans because he doesn't know how to speak their language, but that shouldn't change anything. He should look at game sales every week to see what games we buy. If he doesn't do this, he should be fired. But even if he's never even heard of Mortal Kombat, he should at least acknowledge how popular it has been in the West and how much money it has made for Midway and now WB Games. He has hardly made any decisions based on American or European games, but he should, because he'll be more than likely to satisfy his audience more. It would do so much good for him to negotiate with NetherRealm to put in Scorpion or another Mortal Kombat character, then satisfy his own ego and put in characters we don't give two shits about. Now with all that said, will I think his happen? I say no, and for unfortunate circumstances. Before Cloud was revealed as DLC, we had the Smash ballot, and I doubt that many people really even mentioned him, just because of his M-rated games. I mean, he obviously would not do any fatalities or anything gory, but I don't think many fans realized how much of a chance Scorpion would have, considering a character like Cloud was in the works. So in a way, that isn't fair, but I guess that is what it is.